The primary goal of the Easter tree is to help the reader understand more about the person of God and the marvelous riches of the gospel. Easter is the crescendo for Christians. It's the summit point. But it has a very interesting way of sneaking up on you, especially on the calendar. You flip the calendar and my goodness, it's Easter and I don't feel emotionally prepared. I don't feel like I've prepared my family, and I want to be there. I want to be ready to receive Christ and to really declare He is risen. But it requires preparation emotionally, spiritually, to get into that framework of mind. At least in my life it does. And so I created the Easter tree as a tool in some way to get my family to read the whole Bible. If you don't see Easter in the context of the whole Bible, then you're not going to experience the joy and the delight and the crescendo of saying He has risen and He has risen indeed, and what that means for the believer. So over the time of Lent, we take 50 days. I thought, what a great time to use this opportunity to get my family to read the whole Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. So we look at God's covenant promises. We start at the Garden of Eden, and then we go to Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses and the time in the wilderness, Joshua, the judges, Ruth, David, the prophets, Daniel, the exile, the return, and then Jesus, fulfilling all of the prophecies as the promised Messiah. For each story, I made little ornaments, because with the kids, you just have to make it fun. You have to make it tangible, you have to make it applicable, they need to see it, feel it, touch it, hopefully not taste it, a representation from the story. And I put them inside an Easter egg, those plastic Easter eggs that you open up. So each day, one of the children opens an egg, and inside the egg, there's the ornament, and then they hang the ornament on the tree, and we read about the corresponding Bible passage and we talk about it. This is a great opportunity that's very fluid. We'll read a passage and then the child will share, this actually reminds me of this, or this happened this week. Scripture inevitably gives you an opportunity to hear about what's going on in your child's heart. I also created a daily video and devotional free at the website as another teaching tool to go with each story. And parents and kids and families can access these from anywhere and spend 10 to 15 minutes per day going a little deeper into the lesson. By the time we reach Palm Sunday and Passion Week, we are all ready for worshiping Jesus and what He accomplished on Good Friday, and we celebrate His resurrection on Sunday because we are emotionally ready. And the thing is, even the 50 days, there's no day that's perfect. There's some days where it's hit or miss. You could do it, you couldn't do it. You can choose to pick up where you left off, or you can choose to skip that day and go on to the next day. And there's no judgment, because the desire and the goal is just to be in the Word, to see how God is revealing Himself through the Gospels and how He's still alive today, and how He would glorify Himself through you. If doing a daily vlog is too much, doing it every day, another idea is to do one a week. It's up to the reader to decide what would fit into your schedule, and honestly, the desire is that you would ultimately be in the Word and to know and love God. Now we have a structure to follow each year, and we take this journey together, preparing ourselves for what is really the most important celebration for Christians. This book will take your family on a journey to the true meaning of Easter. Along the way, you will unwrap many layers of God's wondrous gift and discover afresh His saving love. My hope is that He will become more and more personal to you, and your affection for Him will go deeper. I created 50 watercolor paintings to entice you to dig into God's Word. I want you to do the readings, and study materials are arranged there to share the full Easter story from creation to Christ's return. Easter is a wonderful time to learn how to receive and celebrate God's most amazing gift of Jesus each day of our lives.